Introduction to Comparative Analysis in SPSS Introduction. Good day, everyone. Today we are going to explore comparative analysis using SPSS, focusing on the Compare Means menu. This feature is one of the most practical tools in the software because it helps us answer a very important question. Are the averages of two or more groups different? When we look at data, we often see differences. One group scoring higher, another earning more, or one class performing better than another. But the real challenge is knowing whether those differences are genuine or simply the result of random variation. Understanding this distinction is crucial not only in academic research, but also in policy decisions and everyday problem solving. Purpose and meaning. In simple terms, Compare Means is about checking differences between groups. Think of it as the stage in your analysis where you stop guessing and start testing. For example, you might want to know, do males and females have different average test scores? Did scores improve after a training program? Does education level affect income? Or is my sample average different from a known benchmark, such as a national standard? These are the kinds of questions SPSS helps us answer with evidence rather than assumptions. It takes what looks like a difference and tells us whether that difference is statistically significant. In other words, whether it is real and meaningful. The toolkit in SPSS. To achieve this, SPSS provides 5 main tools under the Compare Means menu. The first is simply called Means, and it shows group averages side by side, giving us a quick descriptive picture. The second is the Independent Samples t-test, which compares 2 separate groups, such as male versus female, or treatment versus control. The third is the Paired Samples t-test, which compares the same group before and after an intervention, like pre-test and post-test scores. The fourth is the Way ANOVA, which allows us to compare 3 or more groups at once, such as income across different education levels. And finally, the one sample t-test, which compares your groups a mean to a known benchmark, like a national average. Each of these tools plays a unique role, and together they give us a complete picture of group differences. By the end of this lecture, you will not only know how to run each of these tests in SPSS, but also how to interpret the results in plain words and connect them to real-world meaning. Independent Samples t-test. Let's begin with the Independent Samples t-test. This test is used when we want to compare 2 separate groups, such as men and women, to see if their averages are significantly different. To perform this in SPSS, you go to Analyze, Compare Means, Independent Samples test. In the dialog box, you place your numeric variable, for example test score, into the test variables field. Then you put your grouping variable, such as gender, into the grouping variable field. You must define the groups, for instance, coding 1 as male and 2 as female. Once you click OK, SPSS will generate the output that tells us whether the difference in averages is statistically significant. Now let's look at the results. The output shows that men's mean income index is approximately 0.395, while women's mean income index is about 0.299. Levin's test gives a significance value of 0.004, which is less than 0.05, meaning the variances are unequal. The t-test result shows a significance value of 0.043, which is also less than 0.05. So the difference between men and women is statistically significant. The mean difference is about 0.096, with men scoring higher. Cohen's d is 0.62, which indicates a medium effect size. In plain words, men scored significantly higher than women on the income index, with a moderate difference. Women's scores were more varied, showing greater spread. Paired samples test next. Let's look at the paired samples at test. This test is used when we want to compare the same group before and after an intervention, such as training. To run this in SPSS, you go to Analyze, Compare Means, Paired Samples Test. In the dialog box, you select the two related variables. For example, score before training and score after training, and move them into the paired variables box. Once you click OK, SPSS will produce output tables showing whether the change between the two measures is significant. The results show that before training, the average score was 50.30, and after training, it rose to 64.35. That's an improvement of about 14 points. The mean difference is minus 14.05 points. The t-value is minus 50.903, with degrees of freedom equal to 19, and the p-value is less than 0.001. This is highly significant. The confidence interval ranges from minus 14.63 to minus 13.47, confirming
D is 1.23, which is a very large effect size. In plain words, scores after training were about 14 points higher than before, and the improvement is both statistically real and practically huge. Training produced a strong and meaningful improvement in student performance. One-way ANOVA. Now let's move to the one-way ANOVA, which is used when we want to compare 3 or more groups. For example, we might want to know if income differs across education levels, secondary, diploma, and university. To run this in SPSS, you go to Analyze Compare Means One-way ANOVA. You put monthly income into the dependent list and education level into the factor box. Clicking OK will give you the ANOVA table. If the significance value is less than 0.05, then the difference between groups is statistically significant. To see which groups differ from each other, you can run post hoc tests such as Tukey. The output shows that secondary graduates earn about 47,400 naira, diploma holders earn about 67,500 naira, and university graduates earn about 97,800 naira. The ANOVA table gives an F value of 559.75 with P less than 0.001, which is highly significant. Tukey post hoc tests confirm that each group differs significantly from the others. In plain words, higher education leads to higher income. Secondary graduates earn the least, diploma holders earn more, and university graduates earn the most. The policy relevance is clear. Investing in education boosts earnings and supports economic growth. One-sample t-test. Finally, let's consider the one-sample t-test, which compares your sample mean to a known benchmark. Suppose we want to test whether a class's average score differs from the national benchmark of 50. To run this in SPSS, you go to Analyze Compare Means one-sample t-test. You put your numeric variable, such as test score, into the test variable as yes box, and then enter the test value, in this case 50, into the test value field. Clicking OK will produce the output. The results show that the sample mean is 51.15 with t equals 2.059 and degrees of freedom equal to 19. The p-value is 0.053, which is slightly above 0.05, meaning the difference is not statistically significant. The mean difference is plus 1.15 points. The confidence interval ranges from minus 0.02 to plus 2.32, which crosses 0, confirming the difference may not be reliable. Cohen's d is about 0.46, which is a medium effect size. In plain words, the class scored slightly higher than the national benchmark, but we cannot confidently conclude that the improvement is real. Summary and closing. So, to recap, the independent samples t-test showed that men scored significantly higher than women, with a moderate difference. The paired samples t-test demonstrated that training produced a large and meaningful improvement in scores. The Way ANOVA revealed that higher education leads to higher income, with each level significantly different from the others. The one-sample t-test showed that although the class scored slightly higher than the national benchmark, the difference was not statistically significant. In summary, Compare Means in SPSS helps us test whether differences between groups are real or random. It is the mathematics behind everyday decisions, from evaluating training programs to shaping education and income policies. When you interpret these results, don't just stop at the numbers, tell the story behind them. That's how you make your analysis meaningful, exam-ready, and impactful. Thank you for listening, and may your analyses always be significant.